My name is George Boston Ryan with kbci.blogspot.com. I just did a walkthrough on Wayman's old grocery store over there, and I came over to Eddie's and Betty's grocery store, which is black owned and operated. As I was coming out and I was heading to my vehicle, I dropped the $10 bill, and to my unknowing to me, and so this brother called me, and I'm gonna let him tell the rest of the story. Once again, I've been knowing Eugene for a long time. We went through, was active in the Prince Hall Masonic Lodge together, as well as other segments of the NAACP. What happened, I'm at a loss for words, so I'm gonna let him talk. I want him to tell his story because when I was inside, he was telling Miss, what's her name?
Miss Glory.
Telling Miss Glory about things that I had almost forgotten. And very few people know about that. Go back, tell us something what you were telling her.
My name is Eugene Brandon Jr. Now, we started the NAACP around here, the chapter. It didn't take but 50 chartered members to get the charter.
Yes, sir.
But it took a while. It was from some influential people that was with us, and some of them was scared, and some of them was not.
Absolutely.
And he's not from here, and then he was in the military at that time. He was getting the Air Force out there, having a hard time, and we've been through it. And he opened the store, and
New Mind Music.
Yeah, what I have on my car on the front, it come from him, and it was so long ago that I saw him, and he said, that was from my store.
Yes, sir.
And it made me feel good, and I put some more on the back.
Which is the Masonic emblem of the Brotherhood.
On the emblem, the Brotherhood. But sometimes the Brotherhood, you have to step up the Brotherhood to make it work. So,
and back in those days, my brother, we walked the streets, and people have seen this and forgotten that.
Yeah.
I started in this movement in '75 when the G.B.R was shot over there by the police, and I walked the streets over there to get membership to reactivate the NAACP here in Valdosta. And what happened, once you and I and Ron Chisholm and Reverend Ross came in later, because we started before we even contacted Reverend Ross, but then we needed a church, and so then we went to Reverend Ross' church to try to find a place where we can meet with the NAACP in search of the 50
congregation really turned us away. We had to keep moving.
Yes, sir.
And right down the street there, the police had bludgeoned a man to death right down there. They got a monument right down there.
That was inmate Willie James Williams.
Yeah.
And
it's nothing have been done and all like that, and it's still been.
Well, it had gone to court and it went through the process, but we don't believe that justice was rendered in that particular case.
It wasn't.
And since then, we have had 30 jail deaths out there. Nobody is talking about it but your little brother, seemingly, because I still have the heartbeat of the community. I didn't start doing this. Some people think I have. They think I'm doing it for self-glory. I didn't start out by doing it for self-glory. In fact, if he hadn't said something this morning when he found...
we used to roll together, we rode together, and this establishment right here don't have anything to do with what we saying.
Absolutely.
That's out of that.
Yes,
that's out of the realm. It's just where we happen to meet up. Jesus had us to meet up here.
This day. And another thing before we close this out, you know of some of the stuff that I went through over in Brooks County.
I know a lot.
They fought me tooth and nail over there.
A lot.
In the final analysis, I had a store up at New Mind Music for 14 years. And I was on radio. You know that, you listened to me on radio. I had a radio broadcast for many years.
And a lot of people wouldn't even support you.
Absolutely.
Because they say you was a radical,
militant, or something like that.
But you were just speaking the truth.
Just speaking the truth. There was no hatred, there was no venom.
Nothing.
The same thing I'm doing now, I was doing back then.
And I wish you continue to do that.
Yes, sir.
Too. And I will be on your side all the way.
We appreciate the word, Brother Eugene, but in addition to that, I also want, although you and I carried the square and compass together, and we have a closer bond even in the handshake a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
But at this particular time, you just had your brother, which I knew very well, and him and I talked. He had great respect for me. I had great respect for you first, and because I knew you first, and as a result, I got to meet your sister, I think it was, and then I got to meet your brother as well. And so, tell me what happened in your family at this time of bereavement.
Well, he had was battling with cancer.
His name was Larry.
No, yeah, Larry.
What's your last name?
Brandon.
Brandon.
And man, he fought a good fight, and we stood up with him. Well, I just left from Harrington to get all the rainmen and the people over there. And Jesus lured me here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad he did, because I met a person in Brooklyn, because we have been around for a great number of years.
Many years.
Many years.
We have always had a bond of brotherhood, and friendship.
And I bought his mind back.
Yes, sir. To many things I forgot.
Yeah. When we used to go, I'm not gonna say where it is, because you might need to, you might try to bum his picture. We used to go and visit his family away from here.
Yes, sir. Well, my daddy was a veteran. And he lived in Thomasville, and I used to go over to see him. I used to have the state patrol here pull me over needlessly just to look at my vehicle, because I had a '66 Chevrolet Impala, red and white. I had a live jade plant growing inside. And so they kept bothering me. So I went to the base commander at Moody to tell them about it. They called the post here of the state patrol.
I remember when they were bothering you.
They backed off of me for a while, and I became a friend of the law enforcement, and been ever since, because it's all about truth with me, and never did drugs nor alcoholic. That's not my program. My program have always been about truth, justice, and law.
You know when we came through Brother Smitty, Brother Jones, and Brother Shannon and all like that.
Oh my God!
They bought all of those
military folks.
and all of them is gone. I don't think Brother Jones is gone.
Right.
But all of them, man, they bought us through Brother Banks.
Yes, sir.
Man,
you remember all those guys, though.
I remember all of them. They bought me through.
Yes, sir. Valdosta Lodge number 19.
Me through.
Yes, sir.
They bought me through. Brother Shackleford, Brother what the blind man's name?
I can't think of the blind man. I know Bob Brown was with us. We had quite a few people. Herman Smith Sr. was
Don't let the devil ride.
Don't let the devil ride. He was the one on the door.
He was the main one.
He protected the door. He was one of the giants of masonry here in Valdosta, in Lodge number 19. Now me, George, Boston Rhymes, I was really over in Quitman Lodge, or number 19. But I came over here just as much as I went to Brooks County, because I was involved in both of them. Then I was also instrumental in Lakeland. Wherever there was a lodge, we used to circle. Me and Charles Rim, now who passed on, we did the same thing. But this history, unless we preserve it, will be lost in Brooks County and Lowndes County forever. So I really appreciate you coming, my brother. We're going to close this out. Thank you very much. And I'm going to let you say a few closing remarks as I step to the camera.
See, I would like to thank everyone and everything, and I'm glad to see him, because I hadn't seen him in many moons, and I called him Brother Moses. And I was what?
Yes, sir.
But I turned the corner and saw Brother Moses, and my friend in there was Miss Gloria. I pray for her too.
All right.
Thank everybody.
Thank you so much. This is kvci.blogspot.com, on YouTube, Boston G.B.R. Just doing what we're doing, keep you informed. It made me feel good to meet one of the people who know that when before the NAACP came to Valdosta, that I was on the forefront in that battle. But you don't hear much about that anymore. But I'm glad that Go ahead, brother.
It was squashed, but I'm glad. But it warmed my heart.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. kvci.blogspot.com. Bye-bye. We're gone.